Hey everybody, welcome once again to our Low on Health year-end review. This particular video is going to be talking about life events, things that kind of we did throughout the year of 2014. A lot of things happened in 2014, a lot of sad things happened in 2014.
Yeah.
We're going to go over just kind of some of the highlights. We do want to start off with, you paid off your car.
Yes, I did. I did pay off my car this year.
Yay.
2 months ahead of schedule, actually.
So that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's always fun. I still have a couple years on mine, so I'm not looking forward to it. But nonetheless...
No, it's good that they're on different payment schedules, though, because it would suck if we both had to have new cars at the same time.
Okay, first thing we're going to open up with this course is going to be...
MegaCon, the conventions.
Or the conventions in general we went to this year. We went to basically 4 different conventions. You had artist tables at 3 of them.
Yes.
Which is the most that you've had that I've known of, right? Have you done...
Technically, we went to 5 conventions. We went to MetroCon for like 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, right here, this is MegaCon booth. This is, of course, the day for setting up for MegaCon. This is the big one that you went to.
Yeah,
that we
going
always
again
do.
This year.
I love this one because it's a huge table, like compared to the other ones.
God, it's so nice.
But
right?
this is the first year we did, or you did, the backdrop, which is something we discussed numerous times about how to produce, make, and set up. In which case, I think it worked a lot, really well. Like, it's the best way to get up all these prints and whatnot, to get them up on the backdrop.
Yeah, we both want to do it differently this year, but we're not quite sure how.
It's always, you'll see.
So we'll see.
Yeah, you'll see videos up there next year. But this is like probably the most efficient way you've had it for a while.
Yeah, probably.
The next one this is going to be AFO.
AFO. I like that setup, but the table was not quite large enough.
Yeah, that MegaCon was like 8 feet.
Like,
This
I
is
like that
5.
setup,
This has the end caps as opposed to the steps. In which case, I think I like it a lot better than the usual boxed-in motif a lot of them have. But this was a nice convention. It was slow, product-wise and selling-wise. But it was kind of a last-minute thing we decided to do.
Yeah, we really did.
The only really interesting thing about it was to the right of us. Basically, there was these 2 sets of girls who were 2 friends, and it was the first time doing Artist Alley, and they were getting very discouraged.
A set. 2 sets would be 4 people.
Yeah. Nonetheless... it was kind of cool to banter with them and like try to build up their spirit because they were just, I'm not selling anything, this and that, and kind of give them pointers on it.
I got jealous.
Yeah.
Slightly, because they're like, yeah, Jimmy, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't say anything, but I'm thinking, who are you to call him Jimmy?
Because not that many people call me Jimmy
Most people
nowadays.
call him James.
I was basically
So
talking.
I was like, but it's no big deal. They were nice.
Yeah, they were really nice. It was
just
kind of cool just to talk to them and talk shop, essentially. This is what you would like to do for your booth, this is what you shouldn't do,
And then we saw them at Nighttron. They actually
we saw the one we actually saw them both at FAE. We don't have any pictures of FAE, but that was the next, or this is FAE. This is FAE, I'm sorry.
This is FAE. We saw them. They actually had a booth at AFO.
AFO,
that we don't have
pictures of, but like the booth was
the
half
booth
this.
was
Like, half
this big. No, it's like, is this big?
Like, it was
this big.
It was just so
Quite
tight.
literally.
Nobody sold well at all. Everybody was just
Everybody was hurting.
just not happy with how AFO.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were thinking this year we're definitely MegaCon.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure that we should even attempt to do Artist Alley for AFO and FAE.
No.
And we're looking into more or less looking into the
Want
furry
to try and
conventions,
do
right?
some of the upcoming furry conventions
Or Omnicron, or just some other alternative ones.
We want to try going to a convention that we have never gone to before.
Because I mean, the most part,
which we need to look into that.
Like, these come down to, like, I mean, if anybody's wondering cost-wise, it's like usually the hotel room's equal to the cost of the table. But then with AFO, it's totally inverted and never even make the money back. So it's kind of just discouraging in general.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, it's a good thing we went out. This is pretty much our vacations. This is what we do together. No cruises. This is kind of like what we do. Because I think it's fun.
I wouldn't want to go on a cruise.
But nonetheless, yeah, so it's kind of like it's a bittersweet thing. What's next here? Oh, yeah, at Nighttron, we saw them here because
Nighttron, which is
one of the chicks. Yeah, UCF, which I never actually walked around the campus and everything.
I'd never been there. So.
They had like a little individual anime convention there, which was kind of cool because the chicks had a table there and we saw them there.
Yeah, what was their name? One of them wasn't one of them named Noelle?
Yes, maybe.
I think.
But nonetheless, Dante Bosco and some core people were there, and they did the usual voice acting Q&A.
Went to that panel. It was cool.
And of course, I had the video up on YouTube, in which case I actually was like, screw this, nobody's asking questions. I'm bored. I'm going to ask them a question. So actually, that's me with the mic and whatnot. So yeah, conventions last year were okay, but just
Yeah, I don't know convention
I
season
mean,
last year was kind of
like, besides MegaCon, the best
underwhelming.
experience was the Magic GP, which we'll talk about in the Magic one,
God,
but that was
yeah.
like a life event itself. Now,
Magic GP was
Magic will be
fantastic.
in itself its own
Yes,
thing.
it really was.
Next, we're going to talk about... went to Disney. We have not gone to Disney.
No, me and you had never gone
Despite
to
having
Disney
friends and
together.
family that work there, we've never really found the time to coordinate to go with them. In which case, Annie finally dragged us out to
Yeah.
when we went to the 3 parks, Animal Kingdom, MGM, because that's where
And
Annie
then
works,
we
and
finished
then
the day at Epcot.
And I loved it. I mean, my knee still probably hurts from it just because there was so much walking and
I
standing.
didn't know your knee was hurting.
Yeah, I got a knee.
Sorry.
But nonetheless, it was cool because the longest line we waited in was basically the meet and greet with the Big Hero stuff.
Yeah, for Hiro and Baymax.
That was like the longest line we waited, and everything else was pretty smooth. Like, I
Yeah.
really enjoyed the experience. I want to go back again and kind of properly do Epcot.
Oh, just bring it up to Annie. She'll be down for
But
it.
yeah, it's just finding the time, and the thing is, if it's summertime, you're not going to want to go. It's too hot. Yeah, so you have
we'll
to
have
find
to
this.
go while it's still cold.
You have to find the sweet season.
Yeah,
Anywho,
we'll have to go while it's still cold.
we finally
Maybe
were
we
able
could
to
go for the food and
wine Shadoo.
yeah, coming up.
That's
at Epcot.
pro-
in spring.
That's probably blacklisted out, probably blacked out.
I don't think so. Me and Annie have gone.
We'll
before.
find out. We want to do more Disney. We're gonna try our best to do more Disney.
Yeah.
Sad thing that happened this year is
things that
AnimeNation.
ended.
Yeah, this is kind of sad. AnimeNation, the company I worked for, officially closed its doors. As we know, the domestic anime market has been downhill since basically almost everybody left AnimeNation. We all kind of find better jobs. A lot of us, I have a YouTube video tribute to AnimeNation, which I mentioned a lot of people have seen. But I will say, for most of us, it was our dream job. I mean, I've never had such a good working environment and good coworkers like you could just shoot the shit with and enjoy coming to work with. That doesn't happen often. It doesn't.
I know. I envy you.
It
for
doesn't.
It.
In which case, if you ask, a lot of us have really good fond memories of it. And it's sad that it's closed its doors, but that's just how it is. I mean, there's no more payphone technicians, really. I mean, it's just the nature of the industry, so it's kind of sad that happened. Happy to know everybody kind of landed on their feet, or nobody's really destitute because of it. I mean, that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Next, Ron Williams also
died.
passed away, which is also kind of not a happy thing.
I cried for days.
And this prompted a lot of people to go back and watch stuff. As we mentioned during a movie review, we watched, of course. I watched for the first time Dead Poet Society. You watched Good Morning Vietnam.
Yeah.
We saw Jacob the Liar, Bicentennial Man. Just a really good actor, and I mean, he was just
a
phenomenal.
fantastic
A great
person.
comedian and everything. It's just really sad to see him go. Side note: Joan River also died, but she didn't make that great of an impact onto our lives.
No.
Yeah. And then unfortunately, both Gizmo,
both Gizzy,
the
and
dog on the
Rufus
left, and then
died.
Rufus, the cat on the right, is the pictures from last year's Christmas.
2013
They both passed
Christmas.
away this year, which is kind of sad. Rufus, they both were old.
Yeah, they both were really old. Gizmo was like 17, and Rufus was 15 or 14.
14, yeah.
He was 14.
So they were
I
definitely
mean,
old. I'm very fortunate that the Kings let me kind of keep Rufus at their estate as opposed to here
Yeah,
in this trailer.
he died at our house, but Jimmy was there.
But yeah, but luckily, like, I came over and he passed within like the first couple hours that I was there, so that was very nice.
In Gizmo, we took her to the vet.
To put her down, she had a lot of health issues.
She couldn't even she couldn't walk anymore. She couldn't go to the bathroom on her own.
But
you know, they were with us for a long time.
But yeah, so it's sad, but you know, they went back and forth about getting a new pet for like ever.
Well, Gizzy was in February of last year, and then
for like 6 months, the King family debated on getting a new dog. I advocated against it because that's what I do. But nonetheless, they decided to get a new dog. Thus, Emmy.
That's the very first picture of Emmy.
This is a cute little dog, Emmy.
She's a Chihuahua, and we think possibly miniature Schnauzer.
Yeah.
She's definitely part terrier. She's adorable.
So now we have this little thing running around peeing everywhere.
On the pee-pee pad.
Most of the time.
90% of the time, and she's still a baby. She's still 5 months old.
But she's super energetic. I mean, she's a new dog.
She's really smart too. We've already trained her. I'm training her to like sit on her back feet and do like this, do like the begging thing, and she'll give you paw now, and she already knows sit, and she already knows to stand up.
Nonetheless, I'm not big into pets nowadays. I probably won't be getting a new pet anytime soon.
We'll get a pet eventually.
Eventually,
yeah. No, I'm talking years from now. But we'll get a pet eventually. Sure.
I'll get a nice little AR pet. It'll be all augmented reality.
No, you can have that, but we're going to get an actual dog.
Nonetheless, yeah, so it kind of sucks that, yes, the pets passed away.
But life goes on.
Life goes on. But that's kind of like the key life things that happened. Like I
Those are
said,
the major things.
the next really big thing probably that made a big impact on our lives in general in 2014 would be magic. Like, it was a force that took a lot of part of our life, and it was something I was kind of fighting against, and I'll have a whole video about that probably next week.
Yeah, we're going to have a video dedicated to
next
magic
week whenever that happens in video posting form. But yeah, so you know, kind of sad, but it wasn't a horrible year. Hopefully looking forward to good things happening in 2015, or at least not as many bad things happening. But we'll see what happens.
2015 is already being a better year.
And I do want to say 2014, I didn't actually hang out with a lot of people from my friends group. I kind of want to say oops, but like it's very hard to schedule, besides like Rose's birthday thing and a couple outings. Like, it's very hard to schedule everything with our work schedules, and our weekends are always locked. Like, it's hard to kind of coordinate with our friends to a degree, even with you. And your friends even have difficult schedules because of the...
All of my friends except Annie have work schedules, and they're not off on the weekend.
Yeah, they're not typical 9-to-5ers. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to try to do my best to meet you and hang out with people, but I do apologize.
That's all right. 2015 will be a better year than 2014 was, but that's the major things that happened that are...
Yeah. So, as always, thank you, everybody, for watching these, and all the people who don't watch these, thank you, too. Once again, these are just kind of just bookmarks or bookends to our year, so we can know what happened and didn't happen. It's like, when did this happen? And we can easily have an archive to go back at any point to be like, oh, yeah, this happened.
He'll be like, and you'll be like, well, look at the video.
Look at the show notes, or watch the video.
I don't got time for that.
Yeah. So, as always, thank you guys once again for watching, and we will catch you next time.